Hi everyone, my name is Dorothy Haskell and I work at the National Center for Child Traumatic Stress at Duke University. And I am on the training and implementation program. And today I am really excited to talk about implementation team selection. Um, Typically, an unofficial definition of an implementation team is a group of committed people who are responsible for successfully supporting a specific change. And at the National Center, we use implementation teams across a number of different projects, including our trauma informed organizational assessment cohort, our breakthrough series collaboratives, and projects like revising templates for popular products on our website. You're welcome to learn more about some of our projects via the links below this YouTube video. And you can also find a few more resources for formal definitions and tools for selecting a team below. There's a lot out there in the world. But here, I want to share just a few examples of why we are convinced that taking the time to select an implementation team, especially that is representative of those most impacted by whatever changes coming, is really worth the energy and the time it takes. In short, it can prevent a lot of headaches later on. It can increase commitment and buy-in across the organization and really can do a lot to improve quality. So, a few lessons that we've learned over time is that these teams need to include those most impacted by the work. This could mean kids and families if the implementation efforts are going to affect them directly. It will include direct service staff who are actually implementing the program, probably administrative staff who have to keep the backside of things running and can think operationally, and then someone who can get the resources and authorize time investment for this group of people to do their implementation work. In addition to this kind of direct leadership team, additional advisory groups can be included, and they may share thoughts on certain items. But having a small leadership team of maybe five-ish people with committed time for this project helps you stay really live and flexible. Another thing to consider as you put together a team is really that this is an opportunity for leadership development. So, who are your rising leaders? This is a great opportunity to potentially elevate their voice, build in a more formal chance to show leadership for their peers um, and even with their higher ups, and support professional goals and networking. The formation of an implementation team, though, does not have to be top down. If you want supervisors represented, for instance, which supervisor do the staff want to represent them? If you want clinicians represented, what clinicians do other staff want to have in the room? Who would the kids and families nominate? Just going through this process may teach you a lot about the informal power structures, staff perceptions, the sense of trust and safety that is in your organization just by exploring it. You also want to include people who feel like this is work they want to do at this time. A lot of the people you may think of first are maybe people that are champions for a lot of different change, and they are people that like to say yes. So, if there's someone who expresses interest in joining this implementation team, really help them go a step further and consider whether this is the right time for them as well. Do they have significant life events coming up? Are there other change initiatives that are already taking significant time and energy? Would this be kind of an energizing part of their work, or would it kind of tax the energy that they have? Ultimately, you need to take care of your team as well. So, are you protecting a realistic amount of time for the work that you're asking them to do if you're in that position? Is the decision maker and the one that can authorize time involved in considering these perspectives. Um, are any youth, family, or community partners being compensated fairly for their involvement, both in terms of actual financial compensation, but are they also having their personal goals met? Do you know your team's individual goals for joining the implementation team? And are those goals being met? Are you advocating for the resources your team says are needed for this work? So again, leaving probably a lot more questions than answers, but I hope this little lessons learned that we are still learning is helpful. But really, we think it's worth it to take time to carefully select an implementation team that represents the people who will be most impacted by the change at hand and who are ready and eager to help lead change at this time. Then take care of them. Thank you.